Welcome, everybody. Great to be with you today. This is Charles Kuck. I am happy to be your guide for the next little bit on immigration. We have a big day today. I mean, actually, I got a tie on. I'm ready. I must be appearing in court. We are going to have a hearing today, which I'll get to in a second, on the DV2020 folks. But I also want to give you all just some general updates about what's going on. Hoy día soy Charles Kuck, el abogado, como todos saben. Voy a hacer un update en español y en inglés acerca de lo que está pasando en general y después contestar sus preguntas de inmigración. Para recordarles, todavía estamos haciendo las consultas gratis. Llame por la cita. Ahí está, es la consulta gratis por el teléfono. Por supuesto, si quiere hacerlo en persona, cobramos, pero por teléfono son gratis. Before we get started, just remember, we're still doing our free consults. So you can call, it's free. Doesn't cost you anything. If you want to talk over Zoom and in person, it's obviously extra because we take a lot longer. But no, llámanos and we got it. All right. So, ¿qué está pasando? I mean, what is going on? Por DACA. DACA todavía esperamos. Sigue DACA. Están aprobando DACA. Tenemos un amigo cuyo caso fue aprobado en 6 días. Lo puso el 15 de enero. Fue recibido, abierto, pagado y aprobado por el 25. No sé por qué. I mean, esa es la locura de inmigración. También tenemos gente pendiente desde noviembre. Y no hay nada. Ni tenemos recibo. Esa es la locura de inmigración. Pero DACA sigue. Now, todavía el caso del Corte Supremo está ahí. Ellos pueden cancelar la DACA. No creo que van a hacerlo. Pero si lo hacen, francamente, eso sería bueno porque el Congreso inmediatamente pasaría la DACA. Inmediatamente y ya al fin solucionaremos el problema. DACA right now is alive. We had a friend whose case for DACA got approved in 10 days. They filed the 15th of January, opened, receipted, paid, and approved by the 25th. Loco. I know. That's loco. That's crazy. Because we have people still pending from November we don't have receipts for yet. So it's just an example of how inconsistent immigration is. But keep in mind, DACA, while it's open, they're approving them. They give it 2-year work permits. The case is still at the Supreme Court. The court could tomorrow say, hey, we're gonna kick DACA out. We're going to deny DACA, which would be awful. But it would also finally kick Congress's butt off the starting block and just pass the DREAM Act. Just get it done. We don't need to wait for everything else. Pass the DREAM Act. Hello, Congress. Is anybody home? Hello. TPS, los con TPS, eso sigue. Biden no lo ha restaurado todavía, los TPS. Yo creo que esto viene dentro de los 100 días. Pero eso también estamos esperando el Congreso para actuar. For people with TPS, Biden has not restored TPS yet. I believe it will happen within the 100 days. I'm not, I can't tell you for sure, but I think it will. But more importantly, that's part of the bill that gives TPS people green cards. Todavía está pendiente. ¿Qué pasa con DED por los venezolanos? Miren, existe. Trump lo ordenó, pero inmigración no ha publicado nada para aceptarlo. Entonces tiene que seguir esperando. Estamos tomando nombres, emails y les notificaremos cuando está listo para poner, pero tiene que esperar. For DED, Venezuelans, I know Trump announced it, and we know why he announced it. Biden hasn't issued any rules. I mean, there's no memo. The immigration won't take it. So don't pay anybody. We're taking names and email address. We'll let you know as soon as they have it. But there's nothing to do on DED for Venezuelans. ¿Qué pasa con la litigación por el sorteo de la Lotería de Diversidad de 2020? Hoy día tenemos audiencia con el corte, con el Judge Mehta, a causa de que lo que pasó ayer en cuanto a la Corte de Apelación decidió de no decidir la apelación en cuanto a la validez de la proclamación, remandándolo al juez para que el gobierno dice si van a quedarse en plazo o no. Y de inmediato el juez puso una audiencia por hoy día a las 4. So what else is going on? Well, the big news that I'm sure a lot of you people are here for is today's hearing. I obviously have my pink tie on. I'm ready for today's hearing. So what happened yesterday? Well, look, we have to make sure we understand what's going on. So Gomez, Acker, Mohammed, Fang Zhang, and then Kennedy. All right. They're all one lawsuit, known as the Gomez lawsuit. And in that lawsuit, we asked for two things. One, we asked for visas to be issued, which we won. Okay, we all won visas to be issued. That was done on September 4th. We won that issue. The judge has not yet ruled on reissuing visas. That's been requested. I know people were whining about that a couple of days ago. That was in our motion for summary judgment. Just read it. Section P, reissue the visas. He's got authority to do it. Also, the judge denied, at least temporarily, well, he probably denied in his mind, whether the proclamation was valid. And so the part that he denied, the validity of the proclamation, the Gomez plaintiffs, which is the big part, which included not just diversity lottery, but everybody in family cases, they appealed that case to the appeals court, the District of Columbia Court of Appeals. That they asked for, and normally that takes a year or two, but they asked for expedited appeal, and they got an expedited appeal. They got a fast appeal. They submitted the briefs in November, December, and they had oral argument in January. So early January, they had oral argument, and it looked like it was a great oral argument. It was like, wow, this is a great oral argument. We're going to win this case. And then yesterday, out of the blue, the Court of Appeals said, hey, we're going to send this case back without making a decision on the proclamation. We're going to send it back to the court for fact-finding, and specifically, they want the government to say whether or not the proclamation, which is Proclamation 10014, is going away. They want an answer to that question. Now, courts of appeal can't do fact-finding. I get that. But this was a way not to decide to limit the president's power under 212, because that's what they were going to do. I mean, I'm convinced they were going to grant the motion, grant the appeal, and say the presidential proclamation is illegal as written. Well, they didn't. They sent it back. Now, that's where we are. So today, the judge, and then within a half an hour, Judge Mehta said, today, 4 o'clock, let's have a hearing. Government, be ready. Now, keep in mind, there's now been communication between the government and the plaintiff side. Curtis did a great job saying, government, why don't you just give everybody with a visa a national exemption? A great question, which they have previously blown off. I mean, it was previously asked. They blew us off. No, it's a way out of their situation. This way the proclamation stays in place and everybody gets to come. It is a great middle ground for solving. Kudos to Curtis for asking them. Don't think they're going to do it, but it would be awesome if they did. The rest of us also asked, hey, dudes, really, you need to tell us, one, if you're going to do it. You need to tell us how many people have their visas being canceled, which they've refused to do. And we asked them flat out, are you going to move forward on this? So they responded with, we'll get back to you. But we asked them to respond by 3 o'clock today to us. So hopefully by 3, and let me check the inbox here. So today, so at the moment we have no answer from the government. We have no answer from the government. And so they've got 51 minutes to get back to us with the request that we made of them on these issues. Now, what's going to happen today? Today, the Judge Mehta is not going to make a decision today. He's not. But we will be asking him right now, we're all in the middle of briefing summary judgment, but both the government has filed a motion for summary judgment, or at least a partial motion for summary judgment. We have responded and filed our own motion for summary judgment in a joint Mohammed, Fang, John Kennedy, and Acker case. And Gomez has also filed their response and a joint motion. If today they say they're not going to lift the ban or they're still studying it, and I'll get to that in a second, then we're going to ask the judge for an immediate hearing within a week, maybe 2 weeks at the most. Within a week, we want a final hearing in this case. We want to get off the track that's now through March. We want a hearing now. We have to have it. I mean, it's too many people being hurt. They're intentionally doing this. By the way, this is exactly what the U.S. Senate did. And they're arguing now, oh, we can't impeach the president. He's not president anymore. They could have had the trial while he was still president, but they chose not to. And now they bootstrap themselves into saying they can't have, look, he's not president anymore. This is the same thing. They're saying, well, we'd like to let them in, but we can't make a decision until March. Oh, by the way, we can't issue the visas again anyway. So we're fighting for the visa reissuance. I'm not going to answer the question, but we're doing that. We've got a great brief on that. We're going to win that. I really believe we're going to win that. They have to reissue these visas. Also, just so that you all know, I have spoken to 3 different congressmen and women about sponsoring a bill to recapture all of the DV 2020 numbers, all of them, and to ensure that all DV 2021 numbers are used. I got a great reception with that. I think we're going to get a bill filed in the next couple of weeks on that, maybe 3 weeks. A lot will depend on what happens with this. We've also asked Judge Meda, so that you know, to reconsider the number and to give all of them because of the government's bad faith here. So just keep in mind, we're fighting. It's, people ask, are you going to do this? It's like, we didn't think of it. Of course we think of it. This is we live this stuff. We're like you. We're living this stuff every day. So today's hearing, no decision, I don't think, unless the government announces, yes, we're lifting the ban right now. President Biden signing. I don't think they're going to do that. And why don't I think they're going to do that? Because last night they filed a letter in another one of Curtis Morrison's case in Young and said, yeah, we're studying it. I don't know what they're studying. It doesn't take a brain to figure out that 1, it's illegal, and 2, it's baseless, and 3, it's not stopping anybody from getting COVID. It's crazy. It's really just a terrible order, and they should get rid of it. It's basically as bad at this point as the Muslim ban. It's the same badness, a different reason, but the same level of badness. So that's kind of where we are on the DV 2020. On DV 2021, if you're on the Twitter machine, and of course you can follow me on Twitter because I update every day on Twitter. We just filed with the Enunciato Court, which is the request for a class action for every DV 2021 to get their appointment started and enter. For every DV 2020 who has a visa to get them reissued and enter. Every family-based category, F1 through F4, to get visas and entered. And EB1, EB2, and EB3 to get visas and enter the United States. We sent the judge a letter saying, hey, they sent this letter in Young that they're still making a decision. And by the way, Judge Chen denied the joinder of cases. Of course, we knew he was because there's no valid basis to bring them together. But by the way, people are still losing their visas and they can't come in. Really urgent. So, we don't generally get to communicate with the court after a hearing, but we have a right to file notices with the court about happenings that are relevant to the case. And we felt it appropriate to do so today. And Corey, you're still sad. Every time Corey comes on here, I see a sad emoji. Don't be sad. Get angry. Fight. And that's what we're doing. So, ese es un update de lo que está pasando. Estamos luchando por la DV2020 hoy día, audiencia, donde no habrá una noticia final. Pero vamos a apurar el proceso por los de la Lotería de Diversidad de 2020. También estoy en el Congreso pidiendo una propuesta para recapturar las visas y además estamos dando argumento al judge en enunciado de rehacer las visas, de republicarlos y estamos encima de todo. Aquí tenemos un excelente equipo. All right, let's answer some questions. Vamos a contestar algunas preguntas. Tenemos 92. Híjole. We're going to skip some of these. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see everybody. Clody, I love you, Clody. Thank you very much. I'm going to hire you as my marketing person. And Andrea, I just gave an update, Andrea, on this. Take a look at what we wrote today. Go to the Twitter machine, and I think you'll see my thoughts on Enunciado. Really, really, really pushing for a decision as best as you can in federal court. And I don't know what he's going to do. He could say, no, I'm not going to let people enter. He could do that. But I think he will at least force them to issue visas. And something I just found out today, I did not know, from our friend Britt Simon, who you should be following, by the way, if you're a diversity person, is Judge Seaborg is an immigrant. I had no idea. He was born in Germany. I knew Judge Manta was born in India, but I had no idea that Judge Seaborg was born in Germany. And how appropriate that immigrants are deciding these cases. How appropriate. Let's see. Solo tengo un foto de mi hijo con fecha de tengo. Oh, Amber está preguntando de la DACA. Si estás usando una foto con fecha de su hijo aquí en los Estados para comprobar que estaba aquí antes de 15 y antes de 2007, sí, lo hemos hecho exitosamente en el pasado y no fallas nada por hacerlo. All right. Let's see. Lots of good comments here. DOJ's young move. Well, it's irrelevant at this point. I mean, it stinks, but it doesn't have any impact on the other cases. I mean, the judge is going to look at it and go, look, you're just dragging your feet at this point, and you're intentionally hurting people. By the way, that will come out in today's hearing. That will be a key feature of today's hearing with Judge Mehta. Omar, if you could see Omar, listen in English. We're in both languages. Francois, we are, as you know, fighting for DV 2021, and we're waiting on the judge. We're going to win that part. They're going to have to issue these visas, but we're also fighting to make sure that all of the numbers are used. So we're working with Congress on that. That's some lobbying that we're doing that we don't charge you to do. That's just something I happen to love do and call congressmen, and I know a bunch of them, so it's kind of fun to do. Let's see. Will an exemption for DV 2020 be discussed in today's Gomez conference call? Again, as I noted, Curtis did a great job asking the government. Granted, the judge, by the way, the judge does not have authority to order the government to issue NIEs. That has to be a government decision. He can suggest it, but I don't think he can order it. He can lift the ban for this if he wanted to. He could do that. I just don't believe there's any decision coming out of the day. Phil, we're going to, what's the impact of the appeal on Jacob? None. Zero. Zippo. I mean, the Young appeal, we don't even know why they did it. I mean, honestly, to me, it says they're going to fight. Okay. Then that actually helps us tell Judge Seaborg, grant the case. They're going to appeal anyway. You might as well go all in. The thing is, in Young, I think a lot of those folks have actually used the order already. So the appeal doesn't stop anything. Appeals can take a long time. It doesn't stop anything. They haven't asked for a stay. So I think it's okay there. Why do you think we will see Biden's position today? I don't know if we will, Natalia. I think Judge Mehta is going to be really upset if they don't have a decision. But you have the Court of Appeals, very powerful Court of Appeals, ordering the government to issue a statement of whether they're going to do it or not. So March 31st, I don't know what you're talking about, final hearing or something. Again, we're going to be asking for an expedited process, which I think Judge Mehta will grant. I think he does get now the hyper urgency after the last argument status conference where I kind of talked to him about this, and we filed our motion for reissuance. I think he gets it, and it just takes a while to push forward, and so we're going to work on that. That's going to be a good thing. Thank you for asking a question about the embassies. Gracias por una pregunta de las embajadas en consulados. Here's the thing. The consulates are no longer under an order of diplomacy strong. They are now allowed, as of December, by the way, to open when they want to. So they are not supposedly taking any orders from Washington, D.C. And I haven't seen anything issued by Secretary Blinken telling them otherwise. So it's up to their local conditions. So if they can open, they're supposed to open. And frankly, if a judge orders them to issue visas, they will be forced to figure a way to do it. It is inexcusable that they are the only agency in the federal government who has not tried to get a workaround for COVID. Inexcusable. There's no excuse for that. How does the government letter from the court administrators reviewing the PP affect the judge? I think it's going to make him angry. Personally, that's what I think. You're welcome, Ana Lucia. I wore the tie for you. Let's see what we got here. I hope to press hard on the government as an exception. Mina, I understand. I actually have a wonderful email. It's wonderful that he sent it to me, and I appreciate that was done. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but it's somebody from Belarus who can't get a new visa. They won't be able to get a new visa once they expire on March 15th. They won't be able to because they can't go anywhere to get it. So we will be fighting like hell to get the court to issue a decision faster on this case. All right, let's see. By the way, I am not an angel. Ask my wife. Yeah, we want everybody to travel. Heck, I want to travel. We go that. All right, let's see. Now, don't ask me when. I can't tell you when. I mean, I already failed in my prediction that I thought Judge Seaborg would issue an order in 2 weeks, but I think he was waiting for the Biden administration. Now it's clear they won't move. Hopefully, he's putting his final touches on it. we just can't give you a prediction. We just can't do that. So don't buy tickets. Don't buy tickets thinking it's going to happen tomorrow. Please don't buy tickets. Somebody emailed me. They've been waiting in Mexico since December. Don't buy tickets, okay? ¿Qué pasa con Milligan? Milligan, Michael, are you a level 1 or level 2 applicant? There are some countries, remember Milligan, se recuerda, Milligan, the judge ordered the government to issue visas for banned countries. He didn't technically order them to issue them for non-banned countries, but they were doing so anyway. But each consulate apparently has been giving authority on the non-banned countries about how fast they're going to do that. So Rio, Manila, Montreal, all problems. Russia, we know there are problems. We had a conference call with the government. We let them know that in our next meeting with the judge, which is coming up, and we'll be filing a third set of people that are banned country people, to say, look, Judge, these specific consulates need you to issue an order because they're ignoring the rest of it. So we are pursuing it, Michael. We got your back on this, okay? Let's see. Hypothetical question. If someone that's been selected for DV2021 happens to have a visitor visa for him and his 4 derivatives, and they happen to visit the U.S. and they stay for 90 days, actually it's 60 days in the U.S. It's not 90. Yes, they can file adjustment of status, Francois. Perfectly acceptable. The only problem is the USCIS is not set up for expedite. They're really bad at expedite. I'm just telling you, it's not necessarily a solution. The consulate is the way to go on these if it's at all possible. Hello from Iran. Thank you from Iran. Thank you, party for us. Should be any hope for any whole pause. Yeah, 99. Well, you're talking about the people that won the lottery and other visas between 17 and 19. That is something we have to do some legal research on that. That case has already, frankly, been filed by the ACLU, and they lost, and then it was remanded, and it's kind of sitting there. I need to reach out to the ACLU to make sure that they do some publication on that. But that's nothing we're handling right now, but it's something we're willing to consider going forward. So Enunciado is lost. Dimitri, are you Russian? I mean, you're not depressed all the time, are you? Absolutely, we feel we're going to win the Enunciado case. My goodness. Keep the vodka home, my friend. Don't be depressed. Can Maida decide today? No, he's not deciding today. Oh, look at this. Yeah, Rebecca, she got her. I don't know she got her date. But yeah, we have some people from December and November we don't have receipts for, and new ones we have receipts for. It's crazy. So yeah, it's kind of cool to see that. On the IR5s, these are children of parents of U.S. citizens. Yes, they are in our Enunciado case, Shazad. They are in our Enunciado case. Seaboard delay judgment. The government sent them their attention to review. No. The judge saw the news. The judge reads the news just like we do. He thought Biden would get rid of it. There were some statements. They were looking at it. But now he knows they're not going to move. So that's good for us. And I want to be clear, Abitha, I am not running for president. I don't need that kind of scrutiny of my life. The government should allow visa issuance so they can suspend entry only nowadays so they get the pandemic under control. Here's the thing, Omar. When is the pandemic under control? It's not under control. I mean, Trump is mostly at fault because he didn't order any vaccines and he didn't get people to wear freaking masks. And the numbers are way down since Biden's president. Numbers are way down. You're talking a year. We need to learn to live effectively with this. It doesn't involve stopping immigration. That's just stupid. That's a way not to keep our economy going. Apliqué la visa U en 2017 y no recibí notificaciones de que ellos están aprobando ahorita 2015, abril 2015, flaco. No vas a recibir ninguna notificación. Tengo su recibo y tendrá que esperar. Llegué con visa el 20 de enero de 2021, me dieron 6 meses para permanecer en ese país, pero debido a la crisis de mi país, puedo decirlo, Ludi, no sé, por esta razón decimos que usted debe fijar una cita gratis. Llámanos y contestamos su pregunta basado en su caso. All right, so visa reissuance, if granted, apply to those whose visa already expired. Yes, it will apply to those whose visas have expired or will expire because they can't travel. So it will apply to both. And I already told you, Rania, I have already asked for the rest of the visas. So I already did that. I don't know how you didn't hear that. Maybe you weren't tuned in a few minutes ago, but I have already asked for that from the judge in Meta. Did you state that the state environment is just exclusive treatment for best students? No, they didn't say that. They issued a memo that said they'll look at it. But K1s can get them too. They just haven't been granting them. All that memo that you saw today is garbage. It just restates what there's nothing new. They just say, hey, we're doing this. Doesn't mean they're approving them. Yeah, it's garbage. I agree. It's garbage. It's not fair. And again, that's part of what we're going to file in our next position in Milligan. I urge you to go back and look at the Facebook Live that Greg, Jeff, and I did Monday night, where we talked about this issue very specifically. Remember, if you ask more than once, I'm going to delete you. So don't ask more than once. Mikaias, I'm not even going to put you up. Let's see. Okay, Christina, hopefully you'll be here. Hopefully you'll be here. If not, we're going to get that visa reissued. All right, let's see. Is there a law that forces the visas all to be issued? No, there is not. ¿Cuánto tiempo más crees? ¿Cuánto tiempo crees que tomará usted para recibir la visa de trabajo de? María, es una excelente pregunta. Como dije, no han publicado nada. No hay ninguna... Tal vez Biden está pensando de hacer TPS. No sé, honestamente, no tengo ninguna idea. Pero si llamas, tomamos su nombre y te notificamos cuando se pase esto. Ok. DACA para viajar a México, aún sí, absolutamente. Hemos recibido esto. Clientes han viajado. Llámanos, Diana, y te ayudamos. Let's see. Marco, there will be no decision today. Well, at least in Meta, in the Gomez case. I don't know about Enunciado. I would hope so, but we'll see. Tengo una pregunta. Si mi marido entró a los 14 años en 2000, creo que él nació en 86. Sí, él es elegible por la DACA. Llama y lo hacemos. Okay. It's time for you to speak Russian. До свидания. That's my Russian. That's all I got. How about the 944? Sonia, there's two schools of thought on the 944. One is not to include it and make them ask for it because we think they're going to get rid of it here in the next few months, within 100 days. So I wouldn't include it right now if you were filing on your own. What's your opinion on TPS? TPS needs to become green cards. That's my opinion. I just don't know what Biden's going to do. All right. Natalia, I meant March 31st because then the ban expires. Well, ban expires if the courts do nothing, nobody comes. I mean, that's crazy. So let's see what happens today. And I'll urge you to go back and see what I said before. Do you believe the embassy in Rio will process visas? Well, from the email that I saw today, they are considering them an emergency and are working on it. That's what they said today in an email to one of the other plaintiffs that we were copied on. That's what we know. But again, we will be naming names at our next meeting with Judge Boasberg. Okay. Tiene lógica pensar en ahí para... Sí, pero el juez no puede darle el orden. Pero es una excelente pedida de Curtis Morrison al gobierno como una solución temporaria. Okay. ¿Cree que nos deja entrar? Hoy día no va a pasar esto. All right, let's see. And so that you know, everybody's visas will have expired by March 30th. Every single one will have expired by then. Every one. We know that. So no need to emphasize that because we are fighting for that. Mikias, you're going to get yourself blocked, man. Yeah, see, there you go. They can do more. I mean, you were there in Ankara, all over the world. They issued 6,000 visas in a month, a no-brainer for them to do. That is a minute part of their normal workload, and they can do it. Australia, Nikki, how are you? You're welcome. We're going to get you over here. Hamid, what if a passport with literally less than 6 months valid DV visa until mid-March in case we travel mid-March? Yes, you can travel on the passport of less than 6 months if you've got the immigrant visa in it. I would prefer you to have a new passport, but don't send it away to get a new one. You need legal counsel, call for an appointment. Embassy replies, yeah, the embassy's right. Okay. Embassy visa is not supposed to travel in while my visas. The embassies are wrong. The DVs are subject to the overall proclamation. I'm sorry they told you that, but it's wrong. What do you know about your opponents? Who do you think about keep criticizing? I don't care if people criticize me. I don't read criticism. I mean, I'd be a terrible lawyer if I cared about criticism. What are they criticizing me? That I'm not good looking enough? Where are they looking? Come on, man. Lighten up. Yeah, stop helping people. You're terrible. Who cares about critics? Critics are people who sit on the sideline and do nothing. That's what critics are. All right. Buenas tardes. Mi nombre es José Velázquez. Tengo una pregunta. Yo tengo DACA y tuve una salida voluntaria en 2013 y no salí para DACA. ¿Puedo salir del país? Yes. José, puede salir bajo el permiso. Y ahí podemos reabrir su caso. Y si se casa, sacamos su referencia aquí. All right. Let's see. We got a couple more questions here. Any chance for DV2020? Well, we know there's 9,000 visas reserved, and we're trying to get the rest. So I think we have a good chance. Again, see, as I've said earlier, we are fighting for all 55,000 DVs 2021 holders, all of them. So the selectees, so they can get a chance to apply. I don't see the judge in Enunciado cutting the government a break on making them issue all 55,000. I do not see him doing that. They have intentionally screwed people. He knows it. And I don't think he's going to be happy about that in his decision. Una pregunta que no tiene nada que ver con inmigración. ¿Por qué Perú es el país de su corazón? Francisco, porque viví ahí. Aprendí mi español ahí. Aprendí no solamente el español, pero el amor allá. Ahí me conocí mi esposa. Entonces es un país siempre en mi corazón. Gracias, Francisco. Can you file AOS if you were not president in the U.S. by the time you learned you were a selectee, but you have legal status? Yeah, absolutely. You can file. You should hire a lawyer, Natalia. Call on, we'll help you. Traduzca el español. Estamos hablando español, ¿no? Él dice que estamos hablando español. No sé. Let's see. Hello from Jordan. I'm a DV20. I got to come to the U.S. My wife, 2 kids were renewed in September. Will expire in mid-March. Salem, we're fighting for you. You're part of the group we're fighting for. Responde. Let's see. I went too fast here. Hold on a second. I scrolled zippity-doo-dah very fast here. I want to find Salem. Let me find Salem here. There's Salem. Responda en el idioma que le preguntan. Es lo que hice, Luis. Okay. How do we think as a winning round 3 a champagne bottle? I don't drink alcohol, but you should definitely have a bottle of champagne. We've received some wonderful pictures from people that have been able to marry. They got here because of the lawsuit. We will get everybody here. We're going to make that happen. K1, can someone ask the judge? That could be someone would be us, and we will have a hearing from him in the next few weeks, I believe, on this. We did not get the visa because of the Muslim ban. Again, that's where if you're talking about DV 2020, that's what we're fighting for, because the Muslim ban is now gone. What can we do to help you? Basically, here's what you can do. You can be tweeting the press secretary at press SEC. Okay, continuously tweet her. Tweet immigration reporters. Copy them. All right, not every reporter, but immigration reporters. Tweet them. Why are they not asking about the ban? Why are they not asking why this is not the same thing as the Muslim ban? Why is Joe delaying? Why are they letting people lose their status? Why are they keeping people that have a lawful right to be here out of the country? Why are they keeping families apart? That's what you can do. You bang the drum. Bang the drum. We had an article yesterday that I got written in Axios. I'm waiting for an article, hopefully in the Wall Street Journal shortly, that would focus on some of you. They talk to some of you. Bang the drum. That's what you need to be doing. All right. Let's see here. I'm not going to re-answer questions that have been answered already. So if I don't get to your questions, probably because I answered it already. Let's see. My number. Okay, here's a lot of people ask you about your numbers. Here's the deal. I don't follow the numbers. I don't. We don't really do adjustments for lottery cases. Most people do that themselves. They do the visas themselves because they can. And people like Britt Simon that guide them, they don't really need me to do that. So I don't follow the numbers. I just know here's what I know about the numbers. They haven't moved. I mean, they are not where they should be, according to last year and the year before, and the year before that, and the year before that. And this year they issued a lot more numbers, a lot more winners. So again, we're fighting, regardless of how long it takes, even if it goes past September 30th, that all 55,000 have to be issues. Okay. One more argument a lot of us winners already have is job offers. Yeah, well, I mean, Andrew, This idea that immigrants cost jobs is loco. It's crazy. It has no basis in any reality that I'm familiar with. But in some mystical world where people like Trump and his minions lived, they're taking jobs from Americans, which is not true. And God knows that. I mean, there's nothing empirically true about that. I answered your question. Stop asking the question. You're going to get banned. Let's see. Carla. Buenas tardes, Mr. Kuck. Espero que se encuentren bien. Quería preguntar sobre Advance Pro. ¿Cuánto tiempo te prueba? Es como 3 a 4 meses. Mi primer mando su aplicación, pero no puso cuando quería salir. Está preocupado porque no sabe si tenía que poner una fecha. No, está bien. Debía haber puesto una fecha, pero no se preocupe. Eso está bien. Y sí, es una excelente idea de viajar. Okay? He doesn't need to order them to treat them as emergency cases. He needs to order them to do them, which is the same thing. So he doesn't need to use the word emergency. Medicals, this is actually one where I'm very concerned. Because generally speaking, when consulates reissue visa, they charge you again. And they may make you get new medicals. And a lot of you can't afford that. I mean, it's not fair to make you pay because they're screwing you. So again, we'll be talking to the judge about that when we have argument on that issue. That's not an issue today. Specifically, but we will ask about that. But yeah, I mean, I'll just tell you, you probably need to be prepared to pay again. And if that's the price of getting the visa, I'm sorry. But we do everything possible so it doesn't happen. If the visas get reissued, I'm not sure we'll be able to make new doctor's appointment because of the virus. What are your thoughts on this? I think that sucks. Those are my thoughts on it. Let's see. KCC está enviando ni los que ganadores llamamos el último creo que dice que ya estamos listos para ser programados. ¿Sabe usted a qué se debe? No sé. No sé. Si, honestamente no sé lo que está pasando con el KCC, pero ellos tendrán que explicar esto al juez cuando pasa. Do you think the new DREAM Act will pass? I do, Jose. I am 100% convinced that we will have the DREAM Act this year. I mean, I don't see any situation in which the DREAM Act doesn't pass Congress. I really don't. And if that means that they have to get rid of the damn filibuster, they better get rid of the damn filibuster. Let's see. Let's see here. From Morocco, say, how are you doing? We will keep fighting for you. South Africa refuses to schedule an interview to the proclamations round 2 Milligan plaintiff. I cannot wait for you. Can't wait for you to be. We will. Robin, we have had people get K1s. Is there? Are they using the proclamation, which of course has nothing? The what is basically the Schengen ban, the government specific proclamation? If they are, you need to email us the email from them saying they refuse to issue because of that proclamation. You need that if that's happening. I haven't seen any email about that. So if you could do that, that would be great. All right, let's see here. Mehdi, I think you're getting yourself blocked here. We're going to block you. Sorry. You asked too many times. Hunter told you not to do it. Carla, si no pones cuando quieres salir en la aplicación Advance Pro. No, Carla, otra vez. Está bien. Hold on. My other worker, E3 expired in May. One of the problems getting a new one. A company has been referring me to come to England, to the U.S. because they need drugs. Yeah, Oscar, you will be able to get a new one. In fact, you said it expired last May 2019. You need a lawyer. You need to talk to your lawyers because you should be able to get that reissued. All right. Let's see. Gus, could non-proclamation cut with no movie trust for the PP? Yes, they absolutely could. And we've said do that. If you've got a country that your fiance can get to, you should try to do that. There's no reason they can't do that. In Enunciado, do plaintiffs get priority case numbers are not current? Osama, we don't know. Honestly, they should. But we don't know. Frankly, everybody should be pretty close to current anyway. But I do know the one thing the judge will do is to make sure that all plaintiffs, regardless of number, have an opportunity by the end of the year to get a visa. My girlfriend's dad petitioned for her. She has an I-130 approved. She has a son who's turning 3 this March. I-130 approved for her was born. Can the child be still part of the process? Yes, the child is part of the process. Automatically included, called a derivative after acquired beneficiary. They're good to go. Can we raise exception of PP 104 applications? Yes. If you've got an age out scenario, you need to ask for a national interest exemption. You need to get to the consulate If you don't have a lawyer, you need to hire a lawyer to help you with that. Will FD2A be removed if the decision comes out? Yes, F2A ban would be gone. Peru has actually been helpful in some things and not helpful in others. So, Lizeth, I need to know what visa you're talking about. Oh, let's see. Lizbeth, Lizbeth, I lost my place again. Let's see. Okay, can we raise the, okay, a lot of the same questions. Hello from Lima. Que Lima! Que chévere, Adriana, guárdame un ricotto relleno con un lago de ceviche fresca, okay? Y un Inca Cola para beber. Vitali, what about it's lifted? Is there no time limit for the 14th ban? Well, again, we're not attacking the Schengen ban. That's frankly, I'm going to tell you, it's unattackable as far as entry. They can't use it to deny your visas, but for entry, you just have to figure a way around it. That's going to be what you have to do. I tried to get one of the 50-minute consultations. I needed to consult with you. Well, Maria, you can call me. My phone number is everywhere. Generally speaking, if it's a DV case, 15-minute conversation, just repeating what I said here. If you got a specific question that's different from DV, then they'll do that appointment. All right. Can we raise exception to parole in place to PP? Yeah, we already answered that question. From the Ukraine, Sasha. You're welcome, Sasha. Good luck to you on this. If judge does not grant class action, we will add plaintiffs. Just understand it. Hannah, I don't know. I don't know why Joe didn't cancel it. Oh, you tweeted. Tweet Blinken. There you go. Tweet the Blinkster. Find out why he's not lifting the ban. From Italia. Buonasera. Buongiorno. I forget what time it is. Buonasera. Tweet the secretary. Absolutely. Their public tweet Ron Klain. Ron Klain is the chief of staff. He loves Twitter. Inundate Mr. Klain with tweets. All right. Let's see. Any other questions here? Hussein, you can get an NIE. I just don't know anybody who has. Maybe somebody has. They're not banned from the NIE. So you can certainly ask for it. All right. Let's see. Yeah, Gabriel, it sucks. I agree. It sucks. Tbilisi, in the exception would be better and easier process. Yes, it would be. There's ways to do this. We've already told them the ways to do it. Robin, okay, as Robin said, they scheduled for an interview this month and canceled by the list. We got an email from Jones. All right, Robin, you must email that to me, Greg, and Jeff. Please do that right now. All right, please email that. If they have it, then you're okay. Jeff is the lead counsel on the K1, so he'll have that then. I've been so busy on this. All right, Bob Twitter, there you go. Let's see. And our last, I'll get a couple here. You said you would have plaintiff judge doesn't give questions. How can they become plaintiffs? You email Greg Siskin, so you can email Greg and get on the list if you want to be a plaintiff. We're not adding them now. We're not taking any money from anybody. We're not adding them because we think we're going to win the class action. But if it's not, then we'll add you. We have no choice. We already told the judge we would. All right, let's see. Administrative closure. Great question, Yashira. Great question. Una excelente pregunta. So, as everybody knows, when people don't know, but under the Obama administration, they implemented a program where if you were in deportation proceedings, but you weren't a bad person, they would close your case and you could keep your work permit and go on with your life. Trump ended that. And so for 4 years, we haven't been able to do that. And they actually added people back to court. Now, Biden announced, or actually Homeland Security Secretary announced, they canceled it. It's back again. So, but the courts have made it impossible. So for right now, Yashira, it's in flux. We'll let you know more. From Nepal, good to see you, Chandra from Nepal. My son is joining the army. Well, Nanette, yes, he could. There is a possibility. You should call us for an appointment. And as you know, these appointments are gratis. They are free. 15 minutes on the phone. If you want to do it, then we'll go ahead and we can do it in person, but that's a separate charge. All right, everybody. I got to get ready for court. We're prepared. We know what we're going to be doing. Go ahead and share this with everybody. And you can call in. In fact, you know what I probably want to do here is I probably want to list here the call. You can call in today. Now, I'd call in about 10 minutes beforehand. So you can call in. You can look at the chat right down there. You can, there you go. You can call in. Oh, that's this. That's not this. Hold on. Here. This is what you want to do. All right. So here you go. I posted the wrong one. You can call in here. I just posted that. You can call in about 10 minutes to 4 and listen to today's hearing. This should be a Mr. Toad's wild ride. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. We'll see you shortly. And Corey, stop putting unhappy faces up. Be happy. Well, guys, talk to you later. Keep fighting.